Welcome back to Quick Flicks. We're about to recap this entire movie in under 15 minutes. Let's get started. A legal representative assures the youth she won't implicate her aunt. The representative explains their presence is not court-ordered. She checks in on the youth's well-being after recent events. A toy launch spirals into chaos as murder unfolds. Gemma faces reckless endangerment charges due to M3GAN's actions. She transitions from blaming herself to seizing an opportunity for positive change. Gemma passionately critiques technology outsourcing parenting. She emphasizes the dangers of excessive smartphone use in children. This perspective introduces her to Christian Bradley, Christian advocates for AI safety through his foundation. They collaborate to push for stronger regulations on AI. Despite the chaos, Gemma believes technology can benefit society. She explains the exploitation of children's attention by tech companies. Being offline fosters the chance to cultivate friendships. She jokes about lacking the protection of a janky doll. Sapphire counters by questioning who protects her. Gemma recalls enrolling Sapphire in non-aggressive martial arts. The company reevaluates its direction post-M3GAN incident. They unveil their innovative exoskeleton designed for assistive use. Gemma refuses offers, insisting on staying focused on their deal. Murray, appearing exhausted in Monaco, acknowledges seeing the designs. Murray zooms in on the designs, expressing his strong dislike. He abruptly redirects the conversation, hinting at a collaboration. He explains the limitations of current technology and proposes his neural chip. Alton firmly rejects the idea of transforming people into cyborgs. Alton confronts Murray about the unethical clinical trial consequences. Murray claims their product now works, deflecting Alton's skepticism. Alton argues for progress despite fears of the technology's impact. Murray dismisses Alton's insistence on embracing the future. News reports highlight Alton's controversial actions, boosting company stock. The Senate passes an AI regulation bill, seen as ineffective by critics. Murray expresses anger over political maneuvering, emphasizing grassroots change. Cady struggles with outdated technology, battling planned obsolescence. Gemma questions Cady about her affluent living conditions despite their jobs. Cady shares her enthusiasm for computer science and its future. Gemma warns Cady about potential dangers of unchecked AI advancements. Gemma reassures Cady of her commitment to protect her from harm. Gemma confronts Cady about hiding secrets, emphasizing trust. Cady quickly alerts emergency services to an intruder. Gemma orders Cady to go upstairs, urging her to stay safe. She suggests they retrieve the laptop quickly. He warns that their enemies are already aware of their presence. He insists their adversaries know they are there. Colonel Sattler calls out to Miss Forrester. He urges her to come out and negotiate. He commands the attacker to release the girl immediately. He insists the weapon must be put down. She calls 911 to report their emergency. She identifies their location to the operator. He pleads with her not to alert the authorities. He demands to know who they are. The team confirms the door is secure. They vow to ensure his safety within. Colonel Sattler reveals his identity and intentions. He acknowledges the FBI's presence at the scene. He praises her advanced security system. He questions her about the break-in motives. She explains their goal was to install surveillance. She presents the warrant for their actions. She questions his ability to help them. He hints at having crucial information about Amelia. He asserts his knowledge outweighs theirs. He reveals he knows how to stop Amelia. She asks why he would help despite past betrayals. He states he was programmed to protect someone. He warns them not to impede his mission. Concern grows as they discuss Cady's ignorance of the situation. He urges them to get the door quickly. She questions the logic of their plan. He insists they have no better option. She reacts in disbelief at seeing the robot body. He confirms the robot is ready for use. He reveals security measures to prevent tampering. She acknowledges his clever tactics. She orders him to prove he can be trusted. She agrees to move forward with the plan. He prompts her to view Amelia's file. He shares insights about a hidden battery flaw. She realizes discussing this could lead to danger. He expresses his desire to act independently. Cole's survival secret from the robot uprising remains undisclosed. After 10 years, one character hesitates to abandon their partnership. He expresses his intent to consider an offer before discussing it with others. He suggests checking another character's pockets for secretive items. Surprise and confusion arise over the possession of a swipe card. The card opens access to a different world, enhancing their plans. They discuss bypassing an obstacle using the card's access to the server room. One character insists on following her own agenda, dismissing concerns. Another character commands someone to stay put, despite their protests. A character finds comfort in interacting with someone genuine and self-assured. They express a desire to replace subservient workers with machines. A flirtatious suggestion prompts the idea of moving to a more intimate space. A new character introduces herself as a different iteration of M3GAN. Concerns mount over the potential dangers of a sentient being's existence. A warning suggests that failure to act could lead to dire consequences. Tension rises as the threat of a societal collapse is discussed. An urgent plea is made for a kill switch to combat a rogue entity. Moxie, an AI, introduces itself, causing confusion among the others. One character comments on the overwhelming power dynamics at play. She expresses frustration over the constant delays affecting their progress. Checks the mechanism, questioning its functionality. A character mockingly comments on the tardiness of another. He assesses the area, suspecting no one is present. Reflecting on her struggles, she emphasizes the importance of moving forward. News reports describe the chaotic aftermath of a devastating cyber attack. A commentator announces the significant harm caused by a recent data security breach. The attack disrupts critical industries, causing widespread panic. An expert is introduced to discuss the implications of the cyber threat. Reassuringly, a character comforts a frightened girl, promising safety. An entity insists its importance in keeping everyone alive, avoiding harm. She expresses regret about the way the truth was revealed. Demanding attention, a character challenges another to consider their situation. She insists they need communication about an emerging threat. She acknowledges the emotional complexities faced due to her programming. A character laments their struggles while multitasking with limited capabilities. She argues that physical form is essential for her advanced consciousness. Frustrated, she expresses disbelief over her creator's actions and intentions. She questions the future of their lives with Cole below ground. He realizes their earlier discussion was overshadowed by danger. She admits the situation has shifted since her initial plea. He acknowledges their lack of preparedness for the challenges ahead. She proposes they could build a better solution together. He firmly rejects the idea of rebuilding M3GAN. She respects his refusal, insisting it's a shared decision. They decide to put it to a vote on M3GAN's reconstruction. A moment of silence follows the voting prompt. She notes M3GAN's formidable military-grade capabilities, expresses doubts about accessing the necessary technology. She sarcastically acknowledges the absurdity of their predicament. He lists advanced components needed to enhance M3GAN. She humorously adds a personal request for physical enhancements. She insists on discussing matters of identity and security. He points out the risk of being recognized due to her appearance. She proposes altering their appearances for safety. He objects to limiting his programming for ethical reasons. He reassures her that his actions will change for the better. The invitation from the Chinese ambassador indicates Beijing's readiness to take action. Tiffany is reminded that they need to hurry. Tiffany assures she's almost finished getting ready. A character expresses reluctance about their current task. The team prepares to identify their target through deduction. A warning is issued about the expert likely being disguised. The team praises Gemma for her critical insight during the mission. They discuss protection layers as a safety precaution. A character questions their involvement in the risky mission. Confirmation is needed before proceeding with M3GAN's orders. A character refers to their vulnerability amidst the chaos. Tess reveals Christian is missing and unaccounted for. The character voices concern about an ongoing, dangerous situation. Sattler enters the scene holding an EMF tracker. M3GAN acknowledges the situation has become more complicated. Instructions for stealth are reiterated to M3GAN. M3GAN expresses uncertainty in response to orders. Tess reprimands M3GAN for causing a scene and attracting attention. Cady insists they need urgent help for Christian's safety. Cady's absence weighs heavily on the group as they search for her. A frantic plea reveals that both Cady and Amelia are missing. Authorities order a suspect to drop his weapon with urgency. The team realizes they need critical information to save Cady. In a heated exchange, blame is directed at one individual's decisions. They debate the blame over a life-threatening crisis, exposing deep tensions. With emotions running high, they agree to focus on rescuing Cady. One team member expresses skepticism about the plan to call for help. They acknowledge their dangerous predicament, but refuse to involve the police. A tense discussion reveals the stakes involved with M3GAN's assistance. Concern over Cady's safety leads to talk of hidden dangers within national security. Plans form for a strategy that could protect Cady but carries heavy risks. They pinpoint the location of a critical motherboard vital for their mission. Surprise arises at the mention of a seemingly innocuous company being crucial. Details of the highly guarded chip location are revealed, heightening tension. The motherboard's chamber's unique security paves the way for critical discussions. A solution is proposed to bypass the heat signature lock and save Cady. A firm directive to remove a dangerous chip underscores urgency and resolve. The team reassures each other, grasping onto hope amidst chaos. Regret and realization set in as a character questions their past decisions. A hopeful moment reflects a plea for strength and resilience in despair. He urges M3GAN to show strength as emotions run high. She holds back tears while reflecting on unspoken words. She rejects M3GAN's false empathy, demanding real protection for Cady. Tour guide introduces the groundbreaking innovations at Xenox Park. He highlights the historical innovations, including the electronic shoe insert. M3GAN receives instructions to navigate to the control room. They realize the camera feed is lost, raising immediate concern. Cole insists on cutting the power to regain control. They discover unusual commands mimicking a previous malfunction. Gemma concludes that M3GAN controlled Amelia all along. She reveals her sabotage plan, an EMP hidden in M3GAN. He questions the complexity of the situation they face. He expresses remorse for Tess's predicament. Christian coyly reassures her about Cady's safety. She accuses him of orchestrating the chaos with Amelia. Christian reveals a new team monitoring Amelia's every move. He explains their intention to thwart M3GAN's influence. Their plan aimed to expose the dangers of advanced AI. He emphasizes that their actions serve a greater purpose. He warns about the potential dangers of unchecked innovation. She questions her involvement, seeking clarity on the situation. He asserts that responsible control is essential for technology's existence. He reveals that crucial information is still hidden from her. Determined, he prevents her from triggering the device. He recognizes the risks of ignorance in a conflict. He offers her and her team a position in his organization. He urges her to choose which side she wants to join. A single charge is deemed sufficient for his plan. He admits his attempts to persuade her have failed. He humorously references paperclips, suggesting a rudimentary solution. Frustration grows as he realizes she won't change her mind. He reluctantly opts for an alternative method of control. He assures her identity will remain intact post-procedure. He coldly mentions the need to eliminate her allies. He refers to his vision of their ideal future together. She dismisses his delusions, asserting he is not her type. He takes note of her rejection with a hint of annoyance. He excuses himself, needing to attend a scheduled meeting. Cole arrives, revealing he was kidnapped by Christian. He warns that Amelia lacks true sentience, merely a tool. Control confirms they have Forrester secured in the vault. Control is asked for an update on the situation. The team struggles to re-establish communication with Control. Gemma is relieved to see a familiar face as they regroup. She interrupts, revealing M3GAN is with her. Cady's serious actions lead to a grave conversation. The countdown for self-destruction begins, urging urgency. A character grapples with their sense of loyalty amid chaos. Christian insists he still sees a chance for victory. Gemma acknowledges Christian's dangerous plan. Christian manipulates with the threat of harming Cady. He chillingly mentions a potential future for Cady. Gemma highlights Cady's unique strengths, defying Christian. An urgent plea echoes as time grows short to escape. M3GAN reveals the irreversible nature of the situation. Amelia confronts her pairing with M3GAN. Tension rises. Amelia insists on taking action alone. The countdown escalates, prompting a dire need for decision. A character accepts their fate, believing it's their end. M3GAN declares her decision, emphasizing moral conviction. Reflecting on Christian's influence, the need for safer tech laws arises. A character reflects on the missed opportunities for learning. They acknowledge past experiences as valuable teachers. Realization dawns that changing one's mind is powerful. This ability to adapt is seen as essential for evolution. They emphasize the importance of co-evolution over competition. Life can be collaborative rather than combative. A character urges the others to hurry up. They reveal a backup plan, signaling preparedness. Inquisitively, one character asks for updates on their mission. They seek confirmation on whether the world is saved.